Hello, how are you?
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. Oh, look, it's all me in the background.
Yeah. That's what made me delay. I was like, I'm going to be late, but the thing is, I was looking for the right images to use, and I got so caught up in them, and I forgot about the meeting.
You're good. I love it. I was like, oh, look how pretty. Oh, it's me.
2 cans of beer a day, and that's your bleeding lot. And now we've got an extra one because they stopped the tots. So we'll put on our civvy clothes, find a pub ashore. A sailor's just a sailor, just like he was before. So how long
I appreciate you coming on. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is exciting.
So what inspired you to get into, what would you call it? It's more than just cosplay, isn't it? It's...
You'll be swimming with the fish. Fish, right? Or is it fishes?
Fish or fishes.
Well, which is it?
Both are correct plural forms of the singular word fish.
You're very smug right now, aren't you?
A little bit.
I'll let you describe it, because it's your thing. Because it is more than just cosplay. It's more than just showing up at a convention, dressing up. You're doing more than that. You're making like a, almost like a empire, a little empire of yours, if that makes sense.
The queen of my own little cosplay empire. So I originally started cosplaying actually because a group of my friends, they would go to cons all the time, and they invited me to go to MegCon in Orlando with them because they needed someone to complete their kind of Powerpuff Girls group. And I'd never been to a con before, and I thought it'd be fun because I'm an actress. I've been an actress pretty much my whole life. And I'd never really heard of cosplaying too much before they actually invited me to join them. This is about 5.5, 6 years ago now. And so I joined them. My friend made my, I went as Princess from the Powerpuff Girls.
Yep.
And she helped me make my first Esmeralda costume too. And I went with them, and I just immediately fell in love with the whole world of just people in costumes. And there was just nerd and geek merchandise everywhere, and just people so welcoming to kind of this culture that I grew up with kind of being like made fun of for liking, and I always kind of kept it a little bit quieter. And I realized that there was this entire culture of people who that's what they did, that's what they loved. And so I started looking more into it because, like I said, my best friend, she was pretty much like a professional cosplayer at this point. And from then on, I just sort of fell in love with it. And now I've sort of, as I've gotten more ingrained into the cosplay culture, I've tried to kind of make myself a cosplay advocate for when it comes to like bullying and things like that in the cosplay community, inclusivity and things like that. So I realized that's kind of what I've kind of based my platform, my cosplay platform on.
This video goes out to all of the creatives out there who have been hurt and take personally all of the negative, nasty comments that random trolls leave on your videos. I just want you to take a second and think, why do you let this kind of person bother you? Why do you care about their opinion? Why would you let someone like that make you question if you should continue creating like you do, doing something that you love? Because these people are miserable. They are sad individuals whose only happiness and validation comes from taking random people that they don't even know and dragging them down to their level. Someone like that who hides behind a keyboard and attacks other people is not someone whose opinion you should care about. You should take it as a badge of honor that your positivity and happiness made them so mad that they felt that they needed to drag you down. And use it as a reminder that you never want to be like that person, because they should not be feared. They should be pitied. So keep creating.
I do appreciate that notion, because a lot of times, again, like, it's completely implausible, but people still strive for it, where it's like they're almost forced to look like a cartoon, which is impossible. Yeah, it's sad, but it's like, it is impossible. It's like, if you dress up as Lola Bunny, you can't look like Lola Bunny. It's like, it's just the way they're drawn. So it is humbling knowing that you're there and you're just like kind of doing that, you know, the guiding element to it, where it's like you can just be yourself. Because like so many people, especially nowadays more than ever, whenever they take a picture, they just can't take a picture of themselves like they used to back in the day with the families with like a Polaroid. It's all about angles now, and like making yourself look absolutely perfect. And it's like, oh, you can accentuate your flaws and take a good photo, and once you become more acceptance of yourself, it's just more natural to do.
Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to like fight against too, is the concept that you have to be perfect. Like you have to be exactly like the character in order to be a good cosplayer. And the concept of canon is something that I really can't stand when people say, oh, that cosplayer is canon, or oh, that cosplay is canon. It's really frustrating, and I get that they're trying to be complimentary, but it's also a very it's a negative kind of toxic attitude, because then it puts everyone else down by saying, oh, well, you're not the good one, this person's the good one, because they look exactly like them. And it's almost impossible for people to look like a cartoon unless you just happen to be born with those proportions.
Right, which not a lot of people are.
Yeah, and those who are, great, that's awesome for them. Like, woo, good for you.
It speaks to what you do, though, because you have the, I know her name, Velma version, which isn't canon, and you created your own little action version of Velma, and
Oh,
you certainly, yeah. Oh, dang it, dang it! I grew up watching it. I swear, I just confused the two so much. Daphne.
You're good. I mean, we've got plenty of great Velmas that do the villain Scooby-Doo. So.
Drop.
Remember, the key to being a good thief is nice and stealthy. Like a mouse. In we go.
Velma, here's the only thing you'll ever need to know about boys. They are stupid. If you give a boy two choices, a smart one and a stupid one, he will always make the stupid one. Every time. That's why you never give them a choice.
But when you look at your characters, they're obviously not dead on. It's like, you don't look like a Krampus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't look like a 10-foot tall scary demon, like
No.
in real life. Like,
no, you don't look like you're sending people to hell for no reason.
You know, I haven't been this choked up since I got a hunk of moussaka caught in my throat. Huh? So is this an audience or a mosaic?
But no, it's like, that's what is so cool about your work, because, not gonna lie, like, before this, I was only interviewing basically voice actors and like actors and actresses from films and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that piqued me into basically your world was Miss America, because she's so much about what you stand for too, which is against bullying and all that. And then I recently, don't make fun of me, but I just downloaded TikTok like I'd say a month ago. And yours is the only channel that I followed only two other people, because it's so refreshing. It's almost like, you know, every time you swipe up to go another one, it's completely new.
I've come to warn you that if you do not stop levying these evil taxes, I shall lead the good people of England in a revolt against you.
And why should the people listen to you?
Because, unlike some other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent.
And authentic. And then when I saw this picture that's behind me, it's like you're just like a variety act, which is so much fun because it's like, I know it's extra work on you, obviously, because people probably press you all the time to do cosplays, but it's cool because, at least from my standpoint, I have two side jobs. The side projects are I do editing and film, I'm trying to get a show going, and I'm doing a Twitch channel. But it's cool because in those moments, you are the one where it's like I go on TikTok, and even though I don't like saying TikTok because TikTok is fun, but it seems like it's more than that with yours, where it's almost like its own little community. So when I'm there and I flip up, I'm going from just something that makes you happy to something that makes you happy.
Perhaps you have simply forgot what you signed, oh honestly. Did you not read the colony policy that defined you as company property? That wavers your say in autonomy. The conglomerates got you in lock and key. We put the dollar back into idolatry. If you're upset, you can rent an apology. We are a family forged in bureaucracy. No I in teen, but there's con in economy. Were you expecting adventure? Were you hoping for fun? My friend, you're indentured and pleasures exempt from your tenure, so venture back down to your slum.
There you are, sweetheart. Sorry I'm late. I was looking everywhere for you.
Hey, we're busy here.
Are you really? It looked to me like the two of you were just leaving. Don't hold it against them. They're actually not all that bad. Where to? I'll be your escort this evening.
It's like a good breath of fresh air throughout the day to be like, this is amazing, because it's like, you got Aang from Avatar.
What I think? You just don't want to come because you're jealous.
Jealous? Of what?
Jealous that we're having so much fun without you.
That's ridiculous.
It is a little ridiculous, but I understand. Ugh.
It's just like, it's all over the place, and you're just, for a few minutes, people get to escape into a realm as if it was a movie, to be like, everything's going to be okay, and it's just by those quick 5-second clips you do, which is miraculous in itself.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick. Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. I'm not a Krusty Krab.
Patrick, that's the name of the restaurant.
Fish paste.
Oh, thank you so much. That's actually, it makes me really happy to hear, because that's the entire reason why I do it. That's the whole reason that I'm actually a performer in the first place, is because it helps me and gives me joy to, I know it sounds really cheesy, but to bring joy and smiles to other people. That's literally what I based my whole life around with my career. And the TikTok and cosplay helps me do that. And it helps me bring characters to life, and people message me of like how happy it makes them, and that makes it all worth it for me.
Yeah, no, it's appreciated. Trust me. But what would you say your favorite cosplay is so far?
My favorite cosplay, I would say my favorite cosplay to.
Can I guess first?
Yeah.
Oh dear, I should have said that because I have two in mind.
There's a lot of factors that go into like
your
categories
personal
of
favorite. I'll say that. Like the one you look at and you're like, that's my personal favorite. Like I'll do that over and over again.
Yeah.
I think it's Poison Ivy.
All right, that's it. Enough of this shit. We're killing Robin. Harley, you can't kill him. You don't think I can kill a 12-year-old? Oh, okay. Well, I will smash in his face with a bat like a watermelon! Oh, no. I believe you have the ability to kill him. What I'm saying is, if you do it, you validate what everyone's saying, that Robin's your nemesis.
Also, you'd be a child killer, which some may argue is worse.
Unless... Ah, you've got that or face. Just, can you make your eyebrows normal? I've? Yes. No, I wouldn't say your name. I was saying I've, as in I've got a plan.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I do it.
But it's a very close tie between Poison Ivy and Esmeralda.
When marimba really
Okay, I could see that. You look a lot like Esmeralda. When I saw that one, I was like, that's cool. But no, I just wanted to let you know that like you are inspiring like a lot of people, because like I'm just like a side note on it. So the fact that like the little comments like that you see where it's like, oh, I love this, I love that, I love that, like the little ones where they're like short.
Mm-hmm.
That's the comments that I leave all the time, where it's like, you know, thanks for doing what you do, doing this. But relatively, I don't speak highly that much. So when I say just that little bit, it is changing and impacting my life for the better, because again, like my stress levels are always high and you bring them way low, and it's more, well, it's more important for you, because the idea is like you say, you've always been an actor or actress on the road, but you got to understand, it's like actresses always go through like the 4-year project and they produce the film, and then people get the form of escapism. You have the platform where it's like, I can deliver this every day if I wanted to almost just as many people that are watching an independent film.
Yeah. Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing, cause I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs.
Ready? Okay. Hi, I'll be your guide. I'll be your GUIDE to the other side. Don't go to the netherworld. Netherworld? Did I say netherworld? Never mind. I'm the B to the double E, J, F, Q, and Jesus, I can't spell.
And that's just amazing.
It is kind of nice because it's kind of like that instant gratification for people of filming something, and then I could post it instantly. I don't have to wait for months of post and months of production. I can just film it and then put it out there for people to enjoy. And it does get a little overwhelming because social media platforms try to force you to push out content constantly, and they want you to just keep pushing. And sometimes it gets to start be feeling like a job and not in a good way. And it starts kind of killing your creativity and thinking, okay, I have to create because I have to make content, not because I want to. And I've noticed a lot of creators are starting to feel that, especially this pandemic has actually, it's helped and it's also hurt, that kind of thing. Because I got into TikTok because of the quarantine, and I discovered that I could use my cosplay and make these videos to like bring joy and happiness to a world that is kind of, not so positive right now. But then you kind of start getting lost in the numbers of it and the creating for creation's sake, not for the reason that you started. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, at least you have the piggyback of like Patreon, where it's like that's the perfect reason. It's like for the fans, by the fans. If they want a costume, you sign up to be a certain. Not to do. This isn't a shameless plug. This is because I was literally watched last night. I'm like, because I was like, how do you recommend her to do a cosplay? And I was going through it. It's like Patreon, and it's like I'm clicking around. I'm like, oh, but it's cool because that's what it should be. Where it's like, bless you for doing it out of the kindness of your heart. But at a certain point, it's like you do have a life. You do need to make an income, et cetera, et cetera. So putting out a certain price point to basically say like, hey, I'll do this full-fledged costume for you is more beautiful in itself.
You remind me of the babe. Babe with the power. Power of voodoo. You do. Remind me of the babe.
Quiet! A goblin babe.
Yeah, it's something that a lot of times people forget how expensive cosplay can be, but not just that, but how much time it takes to create things. Like
yours are
some of my
impeccable.
cosplays, huh?
Yours are impeccable. Like they're on the dot.
Hello again, friend of a friend. I knew you were. Our come and go was waiting for the world to end.
Where I'm like, it's like, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you. Well, no, it's actually because of that, and like again, bringing it back to quarantine, it's actually it's made me become more creative in creating with less materials, and so I started focusing more on like my makeups and really putting a lot into the makeup to put a costume that I kind of made out of my closet, but really bringing it to life with the makeup. So that's a skill that I taught myself to incorporate into
like
my
the
cosplay
Valentine's
to make them
Day one.
better.
That was insane. That must have been a pain in the butt. Because did those pieces fall off a lot? I take it the Valentine's Day one. It looked like it was like very arts and craftsy.
Yeah, well, actually, that one was a dollar store challenge. So I made that whole cosplay out of stuff that I got from a dollar store last year.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
All of it's from the dollar store.
Mm-hmm. Every piece is from the dollar store.
That's phenomenal. All right, well, I guess we'll end it here. I just wanted to thank you at the bottom of my heart. Like, not just for me. Well, I shouldn't speak for other people, but you are it's making a difference. Like, just know, even the ones that you just post quickly, it's making a difference. There's days where I'm at the lowest of lows, and it is a breath of fresh air, especially for a fellow creator, to just like know that there's somebody out there that is original in content and trying to be as original as possible, but doing it in a way where it's bringing positivity and light, because there's no way to get rid of darkness with darkness. Only light can do that. So it's just great that you're that beacon of light, especially in terms of what's going on in bullying and just cosplay and creativity in general, because you're inspiring newer generations. Like, I wouldn't have been inspired to want to do that Hexus cosplay, which hopefully I eventually figure out, but you're inspiring people. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. That really means a lot to hear. I appreciate it. That my silly videos and my fun costumes are actually making a difference, like a positive difference for people.
They are.
Thank
you. Have a good one, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Stay safe.
You too. Have a good one.
Bye.
I wanna but I'm broken hearted.